I'm Captain Yurilika. I'm the Chief Pilot of Royal Brunei Airlines.
Hi, I'm Captain Zarina. I'm a type rating instructor and training captain for Royal Brunei Airlines.
So we're here today to answer your curious question which you posted on IG.
Do pilots sleep during their flight? The answer, the answer is yes. If we go direct London, there's 4 of us.
Yeah.
So we do take turns because we do need to take our rest. So for example, if the flight was 14 hours, then 2 pilots would be working and then the other 2 would be sleeping for half the time, and we swap.
Is it true that a pilot cannot have the same meal? Yes, we cannot have the same meal. The reason is very simple, because of security and health. Just in case, the same meal gets stale or poison or whatever. So it's just a security measure for us.
Which one do you prefer flying, the Airbus A320 or the Boeing 787? Now, I can only answer for the Boeing 787 because I've never flown the Airbus. So, of course, I'm going to say the Boeing 787.
I only fly the Airbus, but to be honest with you, it's just an aeroplane. Doesn't really matter. It's both fun anyway. Would you rather fly a plane or be the passengers? To be honest with you, me, ideally, I would have the aeroplane for myself. I fly it for myself for my own holiday and bring my friends. That's it.
Either one. I quite like being a passenger too.
If I can fly and be a passenger at the same time, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Is it hard to be a pilot? It's not easy.
Yeah, but it's not hard either.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, you need to sacrifice a lot now. I mean, I remember when I did mine, I didn't have any life for the first 6 months, but it was okay after that. It's a very intensive course to become a pilot. It's okay.
It's a very challenging career, but at the same time, it's very rewarding.
Yeah. How much mathematics do you need for our job? Not directly though, because everything is computerized.
Yeah.
But you do need basic mathematics skills. You need to be quite quick when calculating a simple maths.
Yes.
Because you need this to predict where you want to go, blah, blah, and so on. Of course, there's always the benefits of in the cockpit, we have the calculators and all that. It's not really intensive as you think. It's not really that bad.
What it takes to motivate you flying for many years. It's a no-brainer, really. I just enjoy what I do.
Yeah, that's the thing about pilots. We love our job so much that to us, it's much more than a job now. I think it's our lifestyle. Hi, can pilot wear glasses? Thank you in advance. Can we?
Well, I wear glasses all the time. I wear sunglasses.
Yes, you can. It's not really an issue. We have a lot of pilots wearing glasses. Yes, there are certain limitations, but if you're talking just normal glasses, should be no problem.
What do you think about Brunei ATC or air traffic control? Are they being helpful, friendly? I think like all air traffic controllers around the world, they're very, very helpful. They're very friendly. Obviously, we have a standard way of speaking to them, so we don't really have friendly conversations on the airwaves. But yeah, generally they're all really helpful.
Yeah, I love Brunei ATC. They're very accommodating to us.
Yeah.
Very, very accommodating. My son wants to see the cockpit and meet the pilots. Can we do that? Yes, but actually you can only do it on the ground though. What I advise is, before you land, you tell the cabin crew. They will actually probably can arrange it with the pilots if everything goes well. Right? It's not really an issue. It's just that you can't go to the cockpit during flight.
Yeah, so once you get on the ground and just prior to getting off the airplane, you come and say hello to us.
Yeah, okay.
What do I have to do to be cool under pressure? Any tips?
You gotta be like me. During the training to become a pilot, right, you're trained to deal with this kind of things. I mean, it's, of course, when you see like weather, it's very scary. But you got used to it because you'll be taught on how to mitigate these issues. So it's only by training you can calm yourself down. We don't get panic actually inside the aeroplane. I mean, even sometimes we see thunderstorm, lightning, we got used to it. We know what to do.
The best tip I can give is if at any time, you feel your stress levels are, up there, just take a step back, take a breather, take a big, deep breath, and that kind of helps.
Yeah. How long is the study journey to be an official pilot? Well, generally speaking, it's about, if you want to get the license, 18 to 22 months. That's general duration that you need to get your license. But after that, you need to go for a type rating. Depending on which airplane you're going to fly, that's going to cost you another 6 weeks or 2 months before you can actually fly an airplane. So all in all, it's possibly around 2 years, 3 months, something like that, before zero, until you actually fly an airplane with us. How long did you do your course for?
The initial?
Yeah,
15 months.
15 months.
Yeah.
I beat her. I did it in 13 months.
Is it tiring to fly the plane? Yes, it is. It can be, especially for myself, the long haul, the long flights, it can get tiring, but it's just like shift work. So we have to prepare before the flight and rest, drink lots of coffee.
At the same time, there's a lot of things going on inside the cockpit when we fly. Sometimes you forgot about it. You only become tired after the flight. Do you struggle with work-life balance? What are the advices regarding this?
I won't say I struggle with work-life balance, but it is challenging at times. And I think the biggest thing here is you really need the support of your family. So your spouse, family, your siblings, your parents, they need to be very, very understanding of what your job sort of entails. And that's the only way you can actually maintain this work-life balance.
Yeah. Another way of us mitigating this issue, we bring our family during work.
That's true. That's true.
Are the interviews difficult? Yes, unfortunately. In average, it is difficult because we need to have very high standard to become a pilot. On average, how many students selected for recruitment? It depends on the demand for that year. For example, the last time we chose around 4, possibly this year is about 8, something like that. But it depends on our planning for the future, like how many pilots we're getting.
Which is harder, taxiing or talking to the tower? Well, we don't do both at the same time. There's 2 of us. When one is taxiing the airplane, the other is talking to the tower or air traffic control.
Yeah.
I can't really choose.
Well, for the benefits of everyone, when we say taxiing, it's not taxi as in taxi. It means when the airplane is moving on the ground. And the other one is when we talk to the tower. The thing is, when we taxi, we normally talk to the tower anyway. And when we talk to the tower, it's always moving anyway. So sometimes it's more or less the same. Nothing is harder than the other.
How do you all deal with turbulence? As a passenger, I feel anxious.
Us too.
Us too, no.
Yeah.
However, I find I'm more anxious as a passenger during turbulence than I am flying the plane.
Yeah.
Only because when I'm flying the plane, I'm the one in control. So I know exactly what the airplane is doing and how to control it. Whereas as a passenger,
You don't know, yeah.
yeah,
In the cockpit, we got weather radar. We got all this turbulent detector. When we experience turbulence, we're actually looking at the screen, like, how to avoid this. So like what Captain Zarina says, sometimes it's better to be in the cockpit because you know what's going on. You know what to do about it. But as a passenger, it is understandable. Like you're just sitting there, you feel anxious, like, what's going on now. But nevertheless, we do feel anxious also at the same time.
how and when do you use the autopilot? To answer how, it is literally by pressing a button. And when, we have a minimum height of when we can engage the autopilot. After takeoff, our minimum height is 200 feet. Airbus, yeah, 200 feet. And
Yeah.
we just press a button.
Yeah.
But obviously the airplane has to be in a situation or in a condition which the autopilot can take over.
You know that the autopilot can even land the aeroplane.
Yeah.
But we choose not to because we're a better lander. What pilots usually do during long-haul flights when autopilot is on?
The first and foremost is we have to obviously monitor the flight, manage the flight. We're talking to air traffic control, but there's 2 of you in the flight deck, so we chat with each other. It helps if there's a third pilot because that kind of
Yeah.
keeps the conversation going.
Yeah, but I know some guys they're thinking like once the autopilot is on, we don't do anything. But that's actually there's a lot of things to be done inside the airplane.
Yeah.
A tip that I was given a long time ago when I was learning how to fly, my instructor told me, when you found yourself doing nothing inside the airplane, it means you've forgotten something, which is true.
That's true.
Yeah. Literally, actually, we'll be doing something. The autopilot is just there to relieve us, but all the programming on how it flies is all coming from us. Even when it's already on, we still control the flight. When we turn left or right, the difference is we don't use the control column or the side sticks anymore. We just use the knobs or the button to turn left or descend. So it's still working. Yeah, it would help if we have extra pilots. I would agree with you. That'll be more fun, more eyes, more monitoring.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it will be almost like 90% of the time we'll be doing something.
Monitoring fuel,
Yeah, fuel, looking outside,
avoiding
looking at
weather.
avoiding weather, that's important. What inspired you to become a pilot and why RB?
I was, I think, 9 years old, and I had, at that time, children were still allowed in the flight deck during flight.
Yeah.
So I was allowed to sit in the flight deck actually for a landing in Brunei. I can't remember, it may have been a 757
Yeah, it could be.
at the time.
Yeah.
And I just remember sitting in the jump seat thinking, wow, I was so in awe of everything around me. And we landed the airplane and I thought, one day, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fly a plane. Why RB? It's our national airline.
Yeah. Well, my name is Yuri Lika. I was named after Yuri Gagarin, and Lika is from the word Laika, which is the first doctor sent to space. When I was growing up, I can't remember any time where I wanted to become other than a pilot. Once again, why RB? Because RB was the one who gave me the opportunity.
How long does it take to be a captain? Captain Yuri, how long did it take you?
7 years, 6 months, 6 days, 6 minutes.
Wow. I was just going to say 8 years.
8 years, yeah.
I think that varies now because
Yeah, it varies.
of demand.
In average now, I think you'll be talking about 10 years or something like that. Because it's not automatic, you see. You need to be assessed, you need to prove that you're worthy to become a captain. There's a process to do it. But nowadays it's about 10 years. So we both are very lucky because we did it way shorter than that.
Can a mother still be a pilot? But actually, our female pilots, they were pilots first before they became mothers.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so, but
like,
we have quite a number of flying moms, actually. So yes, absolutely, you can be a mother and still be a pilot.
male and female is not going to make any difference in this line of job. Nothing stopping anyone to become a pilot. Does different time zone really affect your sleeping schedule?
Yes, it does.
Definitely. How do you deal with it?
I remember initially, when I first joined this long-haul fleet, I always thought, right, okay, I'll need to maybe stay in Brunei time. You know, as the years got on, you're like, you know what, I'm going to sleep when I'm tired.
Yeah.
Because I can't do this. I can't stay on Brunei time if I'm 8 hours away. Other times, I think I can deal with 4 to 8 hours difference.
Yeah.
2 hours, but for some strange reason, I really find it difficult to deal with a 3-hour difference. It's very strange.
Where is the place with 3 hours? Melbourne.
Yeah, Melbourne during the summer,
It's possibly because Melbourne is to the east of Brunei.
probably.
Don't know. I will keep to the local time. For example, if I arrive early in the morning in Tokyo, I will not sleep until that late afternoon. And then the next day, when I wake up, it's going to be normal. But that's just me. Like, it depends on people to people. So, what rare sightings might the pilot have witnessed?
The both of us in the flight deck noticed some strange lights actually in the far distance, and it was sort of zipping about left to right, up and down, very bright. Initially thought it could have been another airplane.
Yeah.
But you know, looking at it, you're thinking, no, that's too high, too far to be an aircraft.
Yeah.
So, but I think quite a number of pilots have seen some strange,
Yeah.
and it always has to do with strange lights. What is the most important factor to be a pilot? I think it's confidence. Obviously, you need a bit more, rather, you know, not just
That's
confidence.
just
But
one
I
of
think
them.
that's the hard work, determination, dedication. So that's it for today.
And thank you for posting the questions.
We'd also like to wish all pilots happy World Pilots Day.
To me.
And me.
Good.